Hi, everyone. So let's do just a quick all signs check-in for both your finance and romance for the next 7 days. And we'll just see what wants to come out for each of the signs. But first, let's do a quick reading for everyone who's watching, regardless of your sign. Let's see what comes out as a collective. So for finance, we have 5 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and the Lovers. So when the cups come up in a romance reading, and I'm sorry, in a finance reading, this is generally talking about opportunities. It's talking about following your heart, maybe even pursuing a career that we love as opposed to the career that we were told to do, or even the career we were trained to do. Sometimes this is about just making a total pivot when it comes to our careers. It's almost giving a feeling of like an upward trend. So for example, with the 5 of Cups here, it looks like perhaps in the past, you weren't that thrilled with your work situation. Maybe your career situation was not super emotionally fulfilling. But you realize now with the 2 of Cups and the Lovers that you have a choice in the matter, that there is this upward trending idea in the collective that we can really do the things that we love, that we can follow our hearts. If we're in alignment and we are following our north nodes, if we're following our life's purpose, that tends to be more fulfilling when it comes to our finances. So that's really what's coming through here strongly. And it does kind of jive with what I've been picking up in the collective lately anyway, that everyone is sort of wants to align more with following their heart when it comes to their careers, when it comes to their projects, as opposed to just doing the thing we've always done or the thing that we've always been told to do. So that's what I'm getting for our collective finance. Let's look at romance. We have the 7 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. Ugh. So, you know, it's been a time, certainly, it feels like in our collective consciousness, where we are definitely releasing the things that are not for us anymore. The things that do not resonate with us, the people that do not resonate with us, the relationships that we just don't feel like we're matched up or aligned anymore, even with people that we used to think that we were aligned with. It feels like there's been a very dramatic change in the atmosphere when it comes to our love relationships as well. And so I think that's why all of these very difficult swords energy just popped up in our collective love reading. But I do think that it's not all bad news in the sense that this is really a time for us to change our minds about what we want in a partner, what we want in a long-term relationship. It's a time for us to really take all of the growth and learning that we have done in our own ascensions and apply it to our romantic situations. Take that growth and apply it and kind of rise from our own ashes. And that includes our love interests. So that's what I'm getting there for everybody who's watching. So now I want to kind of just do a quick check-in for each of the signs and see where everybody else is in their stories. So we're going to start with Aries. We're going to start with Aries finance. We have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Cups. So this feels like, because there are so many people popping up in your finance reading, Aries, this feels like some kind of a business contract. With the Page of Swords, this is about making sure all of your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, that type of energy. Especially with the Knight of Wands coming in the middle here, there might be something that you want to invest in. There might be something that you really want to engage in when it comes to your finances. And it looks like with the King of Cups here that you are probably engaging in a business enterprise with the right person. But there is a call here to kind of just make sure that all of your ducks are in a row, that your paperwork is straight, your documents make sense, the fine print is all there. If you need to hire legal help or financial help, then perhaps that's in order too with this Page of Swords. But overall, it looks like a pretty good business deal on the table. I do see a book here. So some of you Aries may be writing a book when it comes to financial enterprises or things of that nature. But certainly there's paperwork, it looks like there's involved, and other people, which makes me think of contracts. But it does look good. Just make sure you know exactly what all the fine print says there, Aries. Let's look at your romance. So we have the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Knight of Swords being your central energy, there's a little bit of caution here, Aries, about what you're being seduced by, because sometimes the Knight of Swords can be a very attractive energy because of the way they come in, but then there's also the same sort of energy with the way they leave and the way they go out. So there's just a little bit of a cautionary tale there that as attracted as you might be to this situation, whoever you're dealing with right now, Aries, it may feel like it's fulfilling to you, that it's giving you everything you need, but beware of love bombing is what I'm getting from this Nine of Pentacles, because your person is showing up here as the Four of Pentacles. So they might not be giving either as much as you are giving, or they might not be able to give as much as you're giving, or they may just be holding back. So that Knight of Swords energy in the middle is a little bit cautionary in this sense. When I see you as the 9 and them as the 4, it just doesn't feel fair. It doesn't feel balanced. So make sure that whoever you're dealing with is coming at you in a correct and honest and forthcoming way, and they're not holding back from you, because that's kind of the energy that I'm really picking up here for you, Aries. All right, so Taurus, let's look at your finances. You have the 9 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. So with the 6 of Wands coming right in the middle here, I do sort of feel like you're being liberated from something when it comes to your work, Taurus. You may be starting something new. Because with the 9 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles on either side of your reading here, it's giving me this feeling that there was a huge transition in your financial world recently. So whether you just left a job that was really toxic and now you're on your way to being liberated from that, there could have even been with the 9 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles some kind of a bad ending with a job recently. But with the 6 of Wands right in the middle, this does feel like it was absolutely liberating for you, whatever it was that happened. So if you had a recent financial tower moment, so to speak, if the rug was pulled out from underneath of you in a job situation or in a finance situation, it does seem like that was done for you, because it looks like with the 6 of Wands, there's a lot of blessings coming in, and that in the long run, that was a really good thing to have happened for you, Taurus. So let's look at your romance. So you have Queen of Swords, Justice, and the 9 of Wands. So, you know, Taurus, it sort of feels like your love reading is kind of mirroring your financial reading, in the sense that there was something like this feels like the exact same reading, except it's a completely different topic. So let me explain. It feels like whoever you were dealing with in your recent history, as far as romance goes, that you were dealing with someone who was probably pretty cold, and you were getting kind of tired of dealing with their nonsense. And then Justice came in to kind of deliver the karma, the proper karma, to put everything back into balance. So, and that's why I'm saying it feels kind of like your finance reading, in the sense that there is this idea that it was a very stressful situation, but now you're being blessed. Same with your romance, Taurus. It was a very stressful situation, but it's being corrected. It's being blessed. So there is kind of this common theme for you right now, Taurus. So that's really interesting. But I do also want to jump back here to your finances really quickly and take note that it looks like there is some kind of financial relief coming here for you too. and also in love. There is relief coming. If it hasn't come yet in either department, you're feeling stressed out in either department, it feels like there is certainly relief coming on both ends for you. So there you go. So let's move on to Gemini. So for your finance, we have 4 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the Moon. So it feels like with the 3 of Wands in the middle, it may have felt recently, Gemini, like you've had some money blocks or that you're feeling stuck when it comes to either your money or your career. But it feels like with the 4 of Swords and the Moon that you've done some really deep reflecting perhaps on what it is that you want to do. And that this 3 of Wands energy is going to transform from being stuck into feeling like a magnetic pull. Because I'm getting this 3 of Wands energy that something's coming in, that something is growing for you. And with the Moon energy, it feels like you're manifesting something. And it's because you've done some healing work when it comes to something to do with your finances, maybe the way you look at money, maybe the way you look at careers. Maybe all of that has changed for you recently. Maybe you've done some healing when it comes to that, Gemini. So I do see you manifesting something. Also, I'm getting a strong feel for someone here, but this is very specific because there are 2 water themes going on here that perhaps someone here is considering a career, a water-related career. So whether this has to do with something to do with boating or fishing or international trade, something like that, something that has to do with water. But make that make sense for you. But that is coming through too here for someone. But you are manifesting something here when it comes to your career and your finances, Gemini. That's coming through very loudly. So let's look at your romance. So you have the Page of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the 2 of Swords. So Gemini, I do kind of get the feeling here that you are sort of not showing your hand when it comes to a love situation. There may be someone from your past coming in who really wants to either have a fresh start with you or reconcile with you. Someone who is, it feels like they're back again. But you, Gemini, are really kind of weighing your options right now. You're trying to decide if this is the right thing for you because you've already been there, done that. You haven't said no, but you haven't said yes. It's almost like you're kind of side-eyeing the whole thing. It feels like you know that it would be a risk. You know it would be a gamble going back in with this person, but you are considering taking that chance with that person. So there you go. You're manifesting your money and you're making a decision about your person, your old past person, it looks like. All right, so let's move on to Cancer. So Cancer, for your finances, we have the King of Wands, the Hierophant, and the 7 of Pentacles. So this overall looks really good for your money, Cancer. With the 7 of Pentacles coming in here, this is kind of telling me that your money is, whatever you've invested in, it's coming in small increments, but it is increasing is what that's telling me. I do feel with the Hierophant here and the 7 of Pentacles that you're making an honest assessment of what you have put in. And it feels like you're pretty satisfied with the work that you have put in and the amount of money that's coming out. Even though it seems to be increasing in small amounts, Cancer, it does feel like it is increasing. So with the King of Wands here, if you have started a new enterprise, if you've started a new business, this is a fearless leader, the King of Wands. So it does seem like you are the boss of this situation. So whether it's your own business or whether you're running somebody else's business or whether you're running a department of people, it does seem as though you're having a lot of success with it and you're watching it increase. And it's good, steady work. I can see this stairway going up. It's good, steady work. It's good, steady increases. You're building your career and it feels really good, Cancer, as far as that. So let's look at your romance. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Star. So there's something here where it feels like you need time, Cancer, when it comes to this person in your energy. I don't always get this, but with these pentacles here and this pentacle here, and then something about this star energy here, I'm getting a feeling that this is someone that you've been stuck in some kind of a cycle with, and they've been extremely slow moving. So with you showing up as the star here, there's something here that you need to heal from, but it does feel like the entire nature of the relationship itself is progressing. It feels like a very progressive energy, but it's slow moving. There was a cycle, and there is something you need to heal from, but it does look like the person you are dealing with is a grounded energy, probably an energy that you can trust. So whatever it is you're healing from, it may not have had anything to do with this relationship, or it might have if there were cycles involved. But it does seem like there's this effort to work together, to learn about each other, and that your person will be patient with you as you heal through whatever it is that you are working on, Cancer. So there you go. So let's move on to Leo. So Leo, for your finances, we have the Six of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Magician. So Leo, it looks to me like you have really been saving your pennies for something. Or maybe just in general, you're saving money. But it looks like you have a plan, is what it looks like. With the Death and the Magician, it feels like you have a really strong potential for something here, Leo, which doesn't surprise me because you're a Leo. But it seems like you're hiding it. It's like whatever you are working on. So it may not necessarily be that you're counting your pennies or saving your pennies. It may be that you have a project, a plan in the works, and you're working on it bit by bit, but you're keeping it to yourself, that this is kind of a secret project, or it's something that you haven't really told a lot of people about yet, because you're going through a major transformation when it comes to your career, but you're not ready to share it yet. You know the potential is there with the Magician. You know you're going through some major irreversible changes when it comes to your career, but it's very private right now is what it feels like. So that's really interesting, Leo. So let's look at your romance. So you have the Emperor, Judgment, and the Knight of Cups for romance. Okay, so Leo, whenever I see the Judgment card come in the middle of a love reading and a love spread, there's definitely some kind of mirroring that is going on in the relationship. There is certainly self-reflection going on in the relationship. There's a lot of introspection. And oftentimes with this, it means there's a lot of wounding. It looks like your person is coming in as the Emperor and you are coming in as the Knight of Cups. So it may be that you're reflecting back to each other what it is that you need and what your very specific wounds are. So in other words, your person might be showing you kind of a more disciplined, colder side, and you might be showing them a more romantic, affectionate side, and you're showing each other what it is that you need in relationships to be safe. So this feels to me like it's a very spiritually guided relationship. It feels loving. It feels like something that you can feel safe in, Leo. It feels like something that you can trust, and it definitely is being spiritually guided. So it's another reason why you can trust in the situation. When I see Judgment, I also know that you're being protected. So, but I do think that there is probably a need here to really listen to each other and what each other's needs are, because I think there's a lot that can be learned from each other, and I think there's a lot that can be healed for each other. So Leo, this is a lot of big spiritual energy coming through here, a lot of big spiritual energy. So it looks like you're really going through it, but it looks like it's good stuff. It's just, you're just learning the lessons and you're on your way. So there you go, Leo, that is your reading. And we will move on to Virgo. So Virgo, for your finances, we have the 3 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the Chariot. So I can tell with the 10 of Cups here that when it comes to your finances, it looks like there's a lot of giving and receiving. You have the 3 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Cups. So there's like a lot of collaboration, a lot of working together. Feels like there's a lot of generosity when it comes to your finances. So maybe you are sharing finances with someone. Maybe someone in your family has left you some money. But there's a definite feel of financial support coming through here, Virgo. Certainly a lot of support. With the Chariot here too, if you have a job, if there is work involved or a career involved, there might be some surprises around the corner, especially when it comes to collaborators. There might be people coming in to help you with your projects, with your career, with your life's purpose, even whatever it is you're working on, Virgo. It does look like there are collaborators that are coming in, and you're going to have a lot of financial support. So your finances are looking pretty good for the next 7 days here, Virgo. Let's look at your romance situation. So you have Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. So it looks like the energy between the two of you, Virgo, is the Ace of Pentacles. So it does look like there's a huge opportunity here. This could be a new love. Oftentimes with the aces, it's something brand new. It's a new portal opening for you. It's a new opportunity opening for you. Your person is showing up really balanced, but you seem like you are a little bit combative about the whole thing. So because I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles here and the 5 of Wands, Virgo, I'm getting a sense that this new situation is not what you are feeling chapped about. It seems like you're feeling chapped about an old situation. So I am getting, because the aces are usually given to us as a blessing. The aces are given to us because we've done the work, but it looks like you're still having trouble maybe getting over the hump of something or something that was done to you in the past. So there's just a message coming through here, Virgo, for you to really keep a positive mindset when it comes to this new person. I do think with the Ace of Pentacles that you manifested this person, and that if you take a second look at them and through a different lens, if you're not looking at this new person through the 5 of Wands lens, I think you'll start to feel a lot of gratitude that this person is in your life, and you will feel that this was a blessing. They are coming through as the Temperance card, which is a beautiful energy. It's an energy of spirit giving you what you've asked for. So is the Ace of Pentacles. So with the 5 of Wands, it's saying just set your wands down long enough to look at this situation and understand that this could be the person for you, and that this was really sent to you from your guides, because this is what you manifested. So that's pretty cool, Virgo. So, okay, so let's move on to Libra. So Libra, let's look at your finances. We have the Wheel, the Ace of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. So with the Wheel and the Ace of Swords, well, and really even the 2 of Pentacles, it's giving this feeling of financial growth. So something is growing for you, something is coming to fruition, because the wheel is about to turn when it comes to your finances. The wheel can also indicate an abundance of things. So there might be something coming in that you're not expecting. There might be more coming in than you thought was going to come in. Because I do think that with the Ace of Swords and the 2 of Pentacles, that you have been working very hard on something. This is you trying to balance out whatever you were working on, if this was your work and a project, if this was your work and a side hustle, if this was your work and your family, but you're definitely balancing something here, Libra, which you're very good at doing anyway. But you took your truth, which is you're very good at that anyway, Libra. And because you were able to successfully do that work, and you put in the effort, you put in the time, you juggled a lot of things, you made sure that everybody had what they needed, including your business, including your ideas, your thoughts, whatever your projects are. And so now the wheel is really going to turn in your favor, and things are really, the big shift is coming in, is really what I'm getting there. So that's exciting. So whatever you're working on, Libra, I think it's about to pay off for you. So let's look at your romance. So you have the Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Devil. So Libra, the energy between the two of you is the Queen of Cups. So there's certainly, it feels like you're enjoying each other, right? This feels like it's a pretty deep relationship. It seems like there's happiness, that there's joy here. There may even be playfulness. But with the Six of Swords coming through here and the Devil, there's definitely something to be careful of, because when I see the Queen of Cups and the Devil, this often makes me think of an empath and narcissist type of relationship. When I see those two energies together, that's just what I think of. And so there is a caution here, Libra, for you to really consider this person that you're with and whether or not the love that you are feeling between them is love that's coming just from you. Is there love bombing going on here, Libra? What's going on here? Because this is how codependencies are started. That's how they're formed. And I am seeing the Six of Swords here, which is usually Spirit's way of saying just to let this one go. So Libra, if you're feeling like you see any red flags with your person, if you feel like you're being love bombed, if you feel like it's too good to be true, just don't jump into anything right away. Just give it some time. Get past the honeymoon stage. Get past the really loving, love bomby stages and see if this person remains consistent. Because if they start to get inconsistent about things, then you know that this is someone that you should probably just release. So that is your love portion, Libra. So let's move on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, let's look at your finances. We have the Hanged Man, the Fool, and the Four of Cups. So with the Fool here showing up in your finance energy, Scorpio, this is giving me the impression that you're starting over with something. And then with the Hanged Man here and the Four of Cups, it's almost giving this feeling that you're saving up for something. You're saving your resources. You're kind of just like stacking them up here. You know things are coming in, but you're not ready to make any big moves just yet. You know, though, that you're saving up a nest egg and you want to be able to start over with something. So I do feel that if, for example, if you recently quit your job, but you don't have another job lined up, for example, you know that you have to budget the resources that you already have. That's what I'm getting. Or perhaps for those of you who have not quit your job, but you're thinking about quitting your job and you have this desire to start over, this Hanged Man and the Four of Cups is a similar energy in the sense that you are putting pen to paper and you're deciding, do I have enough resources and how long can those resources sustain me until I find out what it is I'm really going to do and what's really going to make me happy. Because it does look like with this Fool energy here that there is a new opportunity out there for you. It's just going to be different for all of you, whether or not you've yet found that opportunity. So Scorpio, that is your finance reading. Let's look at your romance. So you have the Eight of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So it looks like the two of you are sort of polar opposites, whoever you're dealing with right now. This has a very yin-yang type of feeling to it. With the Three of Cups coming as the energy between the two of you, I feel like this is spiritually guided. I'm also getting the impression that the two of you might share spirit guides. You might have the same spirit guides, and you may always have. That's a different conversation and a different reading, but I do feel that in this case for you. I think here, though, because you are so opposite from each other that you tend to complement each other. Your person, Scorpio, may be really an overthinker. and you might be the forever optimist. And so therefore it works. This person might keep you kind of in reality, but you keep this person happy. So I feel like it is one of those situations where you're completely opposite from each other, Scorpio, but you were meant to be with your spirit guides here in between, and you're just complete polar opposites. It's like a union of duality going on here, but it's a nice one. It's not anything too crazy, you know. It's just like the right balance of complementary elements. So that's kind of cool, Scorpio. I like that. Okay, so moving on to Sagittarius. For your finances, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. So, you know, for some reason, I'm getting this feeling with the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands, Sagittarius, that this is coming through that you're borrowing money. That you may be a little low on cash right now, but you have a really great idea with the King of Swords. And so you're looking for loans. Maybe loans are coming in because you have an idea and you know it's going to work. And so you're just finding financial institutions, you're finding investors, you're finding backers who want to support your idea. That's what's really strongly coming through here. So if you have this really great idea and you have it all written out, if you have a good business model, you have a good business plan, you have everything kind of laid out for how this whole enterprise is going to work, which the King of Swords is very good at, strategizing and laying out the analytics of things and understanding money and those types of things. I think that if you can lay that plan out, I think that people will want to invest in you. That's what I'm getting with the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands are several different types of investors who want to come in and help you with this great idea that you have. So Sagittarius, let's look at your romance. You have the World, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So this looks pretty cool. With the Ten of Pentacles coming in between as your, the energy between the two of you, it does seem like this is a long-term situation. So this may be someone who's been in your life for a long time, or if it's a new person, it's someone who is going to be in your life for a long time. It may be because you're showing up so differently in your energies here. Your person is showing up as the World and you are showing up as the Page of Wands. It may be that there was an intensity in this relationship that really triggered a lot of things, especially in your person, and that your person has done so much growth and so they've had so many spiritual upgrades recently because you were kind of like the fire starter in this situation. Like you were like the gunpowder in this whole scenario, that it feels like your person has really changed. They've gone through a lot of things. They've let a lot of things go. And that now you're able to come together and really form a really beautiful and long-lasting relationship. So that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. So let's move on to Capricorn. So Capricorn, for your finances, we have the Ace of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. So with the Eight of Pentacles here in the middle of your finance reading, this does tell me that money is coming in, that you've made a good investment when it comes to something. And with the Ace of Wands coming in with the Ten of Wands, this is giving that energy, Capricorn, of working smarter and not harder. That you have figured out an inspired way of getting the work done without it having to be so laborious, without it having to be so hard all the time, without it taking up so much of your time and energy, without it being so taking up all of your life. You've figured out a good way to do it, and now the money is really starting to come in. So whether that means you've delegated things, if you found a more efficient way to do things, if you found a shipping method for your product, whatever that is, if you found an assistant to help you with things, it does seem like now that you have freed up all of this extra weight and you've reduced it down to one really solid, efficient wand, now the money is really going to start to come in. And it almost has this feeling like with the Ace of Wands, it has almost a lucky feeling to it, Capricorn. So it does seem like whatever you've been doing recently is really paying off for you. So let's look at your romance situation. So you have the High Priestess, Strength, and the Two of Wands. So with the Strength coming out right in the middle, it seems like you're both trying really hard. Like you're both feeling like, yeah, like you're trying really hard. That maybe you're almost trying to fit a round peg into a square hole type of a thing. With the Two of Wands being your energy, it does seem like you are reconsidering this entire relationship, and that maybe it is taking too much of your effort, too much of your strength. And we know with your finance reading that we just did that you've laid down a lot of burdens when it comes to your work. And it almost feels like you're thinking about doing the same thing when it comes to your romance, that you're ready to just lay down the burdens and say, maybe this just isn't my person. Maybe this just isn't for me. I feel like I'm a little bit in over my head here, and that it's requiring way too much of my time and my strength and my energy. And with your person showing up as the High Priestess, it's giving this energy of like someone who is not really willing to budge in a situation, and they're not really willing to communicate a whole lot to you. It's almost giving like a stubborn energy. And I don't usually get that from the High Priestess, but I am here. It's like they've been conditioned in one way to deal with a situation, and it's taken a toll on you is really what I'm getting. And you're feeling like this is just too much. So I feel like Capricorn, if this is resonating for you at all in your love situation, it feels like this may just be someone to let go, that your Two of Wands energy is really pulling you and saying, it's taken enough of my energy. It's sapped up enough of my energy. It may just be time to go. And I'm just going to continue to focus on this really good work that I've been doing. So that is your quick check-in, Capricorn. And now we will move on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, for your finances, we have the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So it feels like with the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Cups, it's almost giving this feeling, Aquarius, that recently your finances have been fluctuating a little bit, and that maybe you're developing a new strategy. So there may have been an opportunity that came in recently with the Ace of Cups here that you thought was going to be a good opportunity, but you've decided it may not still be quite the right fit for you, and you've gone off to seek something else. And it looks like whatever your new strategy is, so if you recently took a new job, for example, and now you're thinking, no, I don't think that was quite right, and I'm going to start looking for another job, a different job. It seems like whatever that new strategy is that you're adopting here, Aquarius, is going to be the right one for you, because we end up with the Four of Wands here, which is a very celebratory type of energy where you feel like you've reached some milestones. So this does feel like a job change is really in the works here, Aquarius. This definitely feels like a job change. And it feels like it could be a job change again. So maybe for some of you, you do seasonal type of work where you're just constantly looking for new work and you're hitting milestones. But for many of you, I think you just made a choice recently about changing jobs. And if you did, whatever you're heading towards, it looks like it's going to be the right fit for you. So let's look at your romance. You have the King of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Hermit. So you've got the Tower as the energy between the two of you. And you know what's really coming through here strongly is not so much that there's necessarily a problem between the two of you, because oftentimes the Tower indicates that there is an issue, that there's something wrong in the relationship, that there's something that needs to be addressed. But what's really coming off of this Tower right now for you Aquarius, is that there is just a lot of passion between the two of you. There's like a lot of burning desire that exists between the two of you. And the reason that I'm feeling that is because both of your energies seem very sound, very grounded, very stable. So there's no reason for me to think that there's anything here that needs to be taken apart between the two of you. I think that just when you see each other, you can't keep your hands off of each other, is what I'm getting from this Tower. It's just an insane chemistry between the two of you. And I think you both equally feel that, which is why it's coming up as the energy between you. But your person looks amazing. They look grounded. They look stable. They look mature. They seem to have all their ducks in a row. And you, although you might be more of an introvert when it comes to this relationship, you're very interested in this person, and you've certainly done enough of the healing work to know that you can enter into this relationship and have it be a healthy one. So there you go. So finally, we will move on to Pisces. All right, so Pisces, let's look at your finances. You have the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Swords, and the Sun. So it looks to me like there might be, it looks like perhaps at the moment, Pisces, you're being supported financially. So whether this is on the 3D or whether this is in the astral plane or whatever that looks like for you, because it does kind of look like you've had an ending when it comes to a job, or an ending when it comes to some type of financial situation, and that you are, it looks like you're being supported. So maybe this is by someone else. So with the Sun here, I think there is a little bit of a story here about being careful about emotional spending. Until at least you get back on your feet. There's also a message coming through here that perhaps even like with the 7 of Wands coming through here, that financial support may be needed in other areas too. So for example, if you need to hire a financial advisor or ask a friend who's good with finances, whether or not they can give you some advice about your finances, just until you get back on your feet, is what's really seems to be coming through here. But it does feel to me also with this Sun here, Pisces, that you really want a job that you love, that you're tired of just doing the job just to have the job, just to have the paycheck. And so I think that's maybe what you're holding out here for, is to find something that really makes you feel like this. And with the Sun coming in here, it looks like perhaps that is coming through for you here, Pisces, that it's just a matter of time now. So let's look at your romance. So you have the 7 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Empress. So with the Queen of Wands being the energy between the two of you, it seems to me like you and the person in your life are very much interested in each other. It feels like it's something new, because you are showing up as the Empress and they're showing up as the 7 of Cups. So it feels like it's this energy between the two of you that's growing, that's exciting. It feels like you're both kind of like kids in the candy store right now, kind of like trying to figure out where you stand with each other. But there's definitely a mutual interest here. It seems like with the Empress energy here and the Queen of Wands energy, it feels like you may be waiting for them, like you may be waiting for them to message you back, or you're waiting to talk to them more. But that's what it feels like. It feels like there's something budding here. Feels like it's something new, and it feels like it's going to be kind of exciting for you too, with this Queen of Wands energy in the middle. So that is your quick check-in, Pisces, for the next 7 days for finance and romance. And let me know if that was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.